Alright, so what you're going to do is you need chicken breast of however many you want. I generally do 2, and that makes a good deal of leftovers, but I'm having some extra people over, so I'm cooking 3 chicken breasts. Will be more than enough. You need a package of yellow rice. It has to be saffron rice. Any kind that you want, really, any brand. I prefer the Mahatma, but if your store doesn't have it, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. You need frozen peas. Make sure they're still frozen when you cook them, so don't take them out until you are ready to use them. And then I like minced garlic because we're garlic people, so it's just something extra that we do. Pimentos are actually part of the recipe, so those are necessary. The garlic is all going to be optional stuff. So we use crushed red pepper, salt, pepper, chili powder, and then some garlic powder because, like I said, we just really like garlic. Pimentos are going to be another thing that are necessary for the recipe, so make sure that you have those. Alright, now the first thing that we're going to do is, you also need a large pot, something big enough to put all your chicken breast in, and still be able to cover it with water. So a larger pot like this is generally what you want, something with 2 handles that, a little bit bigger. And then you need a large skillet. The skillet is what you're going to cook your rice in, and then you're eventually going to add your chicken to, and then all the other ingredients. So the skillet's put aside until later. So first thing you do, take your pot, open up your chicken. Make sure you have clean hands. It's very important. I already washed my hands, so we're good. Remove any jewelry because you don't want to get chicken gunk in there. Oh, I lied. This one actually has 4 chicken breasts in it, but a lot of them are really small, so don't worry about it. Take your chicken breasts, put them in the pot. Oh, make sure you use boneless, skinless chicken breast because that is extremely important. Otherwise, it's just going to be a real pain to cook because then you have to make sure you get the bones off and the skin off, and it's just easier if you already have it done for you. Also, make sure your house is at a reasonable temperature, or else your chicken will still be frozen after an entire day of thawing. That's a little tidbit. Then take your chicken and just fill it with water until it covers the chicken. And then from there, take the pot, put it over onto the stove, light your burner, and let that come to a boil. I personally like to add some salt and pepper to that to kind of give a little base seasoning to the chicken. Put a bay leaf in there, actually. I forgot to pull out bay leaf. One second. Wash your hands after chicken. Up here, babe. It's in here somewhere. Oh, it's right back there. So, when I only have 2 chicken breasts, I usually only use 1 bay leaf, but since I have 4, I'm going to use 2. But I think I might use 3 because Alex is really urging that one. So we'll do. Make sure when you're done with your meal and you're eating it, don't eat the bay leaves. I'm not exactly sure why you're not supposed to eat them. I think it's just I don't know. It's just not good to eat. I don't know the science behind it, but don't eat the bay leaves. Pull them out. And then I'm going to season this with salt and pepper. Salt, They say, salt makes water boil faster, but it doesn't. There's, actual science. It does not make it boil faster. It lowers the boiling temperature of the water.
Raises, actually.
Raises the boiling temperature of the water.
Which makes it take longer.
I don't know. Whatever. I was always told to put salt in your water when you're making it boil. So that's that, and you're going to let that boil until the chicken's cooked. And this can take a while, especially if your chicken's still kind of frozen. So we will cut back then, and I will let you know how long it took me. And that will be that. See you in a bit. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes, and the chicken is completely cooked. What you want to make sure that you see is, I don't have a light on here, I don't think. No. Okay. Anyways, what you want to make sure of is that it's white all the way through and that there's no pink. And that'll be your sign that it's done. What you want to do now is take a plate. Colored ones because they're pretty. Okay. You want to pull the chicken and put it onto the plate. You're going to set this aside and let it cool. And once it's cool enough, you're going to shred it, and I'll show you that in a bit. Basically, you let this cool while the rice is cooking. Just kind of give it enough room to where it's standing up on its own. It's not bunched up to anything else. Alright, set that aside. Now what we're going to do is we're going to prepare the rice, and while that's cooking, we're going to let that cool and move on from there. I basically follow the cooking directions on your bag of rice, and like this one says, it needs 3.5 cups of water. You bring that to a boil, and it says add some butter or margarine to it. I don't add that because it just adds extra calories, extra fat that you really don't need. You bring it to a boil, and then you stir in the rice mix. You cover, reduce heat, and simmer for 20 minutes. What I like to do is I use the water that my chicken cooked in, because it has any kind of oil that I might need. The butter is mainly used for a little bit of extra flavor, which the chicken's plenty of flavor in the water already. And then the oil helps to keep the rice from sticking together. So since the chicken made its own oil, I already have it in here. So that's all good. So what we do is we get a measuring cup. This 3.5 size. Okay. And put it in your large skillet, basically. Take this, bring it closer, get that out of my way.